In politics, things don't just happen. It is not just a usual coincidence that the day William Ruto is holding UDA NDC with and probably trying to talk down talks of amalgamation of the Kenya Kwanza affiliate parties into one party as UDA, is the same day that Musalia Mudavadi, this ANC chairperson, is being fired from a parastatal. And the firing of Kevin Lunami from the parastatal, the firing of Kevin Lunami, who is the UDA chairperson, is something that is telling it all. The same day, police boss was given some job, the former police boss was given some job, is the same day UDA party, not UDA, President Ruto, fired Kevin Lunami as yearbook editorial board chair. So I would just want to explain, in this Gazette notice, in his place was replaced by Sunday Ayolo to serve in 3 years. This is a position that was given to Kevin Lunami in May this year, and he has only served for 4 months, even though he was supposed to serve for 3 years. So if there was some lucrative position for Lunami, the Kenya Yearbook Editorial Board was established in 2007 as a state corporation under the ICT ministry. So if there was another, I know the upper corporations, they normally a lot of politics because people look for where there is money. So if you realize that there is another corporation, a parastatal that is fertile in terms of money, you rush there and leave others. You know, so others are also going to be disbanded. So there is normally the politics of people looking for how you can move from this place to the other. However, the fact that is a UDA, is the ANC chairperson, is something that is revealing. Because it's happening in the context. That firing is happening in a context. And the context here is that William Ruto has been indirectly asking Musalia Mudavadi's ANC party, through the NC party, to join UDA. So today, you know, Kenyans are really taken for a ride. Today at Bomas, William Ruto was trying to correct, allegedly correcting Malala, that he should not force other members of the coalition to join UDA, but they should find a way of talking to them well, and it will be at will. As if, do you want to tell me that Malala can even go to the extent of telling ANC and Ford Kenya's village parties, calling them village parties, without getting that audacity from William Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua? It is just a clear case that an attempt to hire Malala, who was from Western, to hit those parties, to destroy ANC. The reason why it was picked was to destroy ANC and Ford Kenya, because both parties come from Western Kenya, and that could have been a strategy laid down, but also under Rigathi Gachagua, because Malala has been quoting Rigathi Gachagua more, even compared to William Ruto, but also partly because Rigathi Gachagua is the man who has been in charge of UDA party politics. And so it is very true that what's happening there is something that has a bearing. You know what I'm saying? It has a bearing. It has a bearing because the party, what UDA always wanted is that ANC to fold and join, but that has failed. And so, is it really true that this is something that was just done for the sake of it? The answer is no. ANC chairperson a party that belongs to Musalia Mudavadi cannot, such firing cannot just happen without a political objective. I want us to look at the politics behind it, but first, kindly subscribe to our channel. I want to say thank you for those who are supporting us from every part of the country. Those support this podcast, share our podcast in Facebook and social media pages. Nasema asanteni sana, because through that, you have also put this podcast at the level it is. Asanteni sana. Now, Kevin Lunami has been replaced, even though other revocations have been Adiel Nyange was also appointed as the chairperson of Private Security Regulatory Authority and subsequently fired Professor Stephen Nganga. That's another Kikuyu losing that. Then KTN presenter Kathleen Openda was also revoked her appointment as the chairperson of Kenya Institute of Mass Communication, KMC. In their place, former police spokesperson Charles Owino was given. There is something, there is political games with this. Ruto could be pushing, directly trying to break ANC and making sure that the party is weakened so that it gets to UDA. What am I saying? After firing, the appointing authority that appoint these people to different parastatals is actually the president. Is the appointing authority. Hii ni kazi yake. I think this is a position he was given so that he will really play, manage his politics, as now exercise the powers of the presidency, of his presidency. Most likely, I am seeing a situation where this fellow can be fired, and after he's fired, he's brought on table and gets access while trying, in his job, to try to maneuver his ways. And through maneuvering his ways, he might be forced to shift his allegiance from Musalia Mudavadi to William Ruto, or from ANC to UDA, or being given that job and told that you must ensure that ANC joins UDA. Before Malala left ANC to join UDA, Malala was the most powerful person behind Musalia Mudavadi. I think he was actually, probably, was not the sec gen, but had a very big position in ANC party. So he left ANC, then the chairperson has also been fired. If this is to happen, this could be part of behind the scene move by the UDA side to push the Musalia Mudavadi's party to join UDA. And it's a very clear message. It's a cryptic message to Musalia Mudavadi that if the ANC do not die to join UDA, then clearly it is done. Now, it also serves when the chairperson of ANC is also going through this. It also disarms Musalia Mudavadi of foot soldiers. Yeah. These are people that chairperson of ANC and is in government is getting much of that support. It's clear that uko kwa ground, or rather at the grassroots, he's carrying the ANC flag. That we are in government as ANC party. And this disarms Musalia Mudavadi of that much influence at the ANC. Because if your secretary, if your chairman can lose such a position, chairman of your party can lose a government job in that way, then that is something that should worry Mudavadi. And I think Musalia, the son of Mudamba, must be worried of all, because this creates a perception that he has lost the bargain. That is the perception that comes out, that he has lost the bargain as a member of Kenya Kwanza. But I want to say this. I think politicians must learn from Jubilee Party. And that is why the likes of Mudavadi, Ford Kenya, Moses Wetangula are very cagey about the hyped UDA party. They're very cagey because political parties are just vehicles of ascending to political office. And after that, different parties, in Kenya is not South Africa, it's not even China. Different parties will always lose it because of when they get what they want. For example, UDA was to take William Ruto to presidency. If he gets it, even UDA will still just hold. If Ruto fails to get his second term and is replaced, then there is strategies and take government again. Think of taking government again. But without that, UDA will die a natural death. And the reason why the Mudavadis and Wetangulas must be very careful with this move is because it is not a ploy exclusively to help Ruto get to the election, but it's a ploy to manage Ruto succession under one umbrella. That is it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. You can tell us, what do you think of this? If Mudavadi is ANC party chairperson, hii ni kama John Bad, you know, poteze. Yeah, you can tell us what you think. Thank you.